Without a press conference or a sprawling ad campaign, OpenAI recently handed doctors a clinical version of ChatGPT. It is a specialized assistant designed to absorb the administrative data that currently suffocates modern healthcare. This integration is the logical endpoint of Western medicine, a system that is hyper-specific, reductionist, and focused on solving targeted problems at a microscopic scale. Yet it stands in direct contrast to a 2,000-year-old system that is still fighting for a place in the modern lab: traditional Chinese medicine. Its core premise, the oneness of heaven and man, dictates that human health is a reflection of cosmic rhythms, climate, and the turning of the seasons. For decades, Western cellular precision and Chinese cosmic holism seemed fundamentally incompatible, two different languages describing the same body. But if you examine the mechanics of those ancient texts, you find a sophisticated environmental predictive algorithm, one that waited 2,000 years for the hardware to catch up with the concept. Lacking microscopes to see inward, ancient doctors looked outward. They used astronomical instruments and environmental observation as their primary diagnostic tools. Frameworks like the stems and branches were early data input matrices. The star chart visualized complex biological and environmental inputs. It cross-referenced birth times, coordinates, and seasonal humidity to predict disease and organ stress, attempting to manage health through big-picture variables. Cognitive analyses of these early methods show they were limited by their reliance on symmetry and overgeneralization. Without modern processing, the algorithm had to rely on intuition to fill the gaps in the data. These physicians could often predict what was happening to the body based on the environment, but they could never provide the microscopic evidence to explain why. Conceptually brilliant but computationally unverified, the ancient system remained a historical art, unable to meet the requirements of empirical science. That began to change as modern science developed the tools to validate those macroscopic variables, starting with the study of time. In 2017, the Nobel Prize in Medicine confirmed the existence of molecular biological clocks, physical mechanisms inside our cells regulating our internal rhythms. This discovery provided a cellular basis for the ancient time-based medicine that tracked human health against the 24 solar terms. The environment was literally inside the cells. Through network pharmacology, the 5 elements become a complex biological network. Abstract nodes like wood and fire are replaced by dynamic models of organ cooperation. Feeding real-time weather data into these models reveals how climate affects biological nodes, predicting organ stress before failure. Complex system science and AI are finally providing the missing microscopic evidence to support the macroscopic observations made 2 millennia ago. The goal of this modern integration is not to replace the surgical precision of Western medicine or its targeted gene therapies. Instead, it is designed to address the persistent blind spot in the modern clinic: chronic, non-organic health issues that require a holistic preventive approach. This aligns with the ancient philosophy of Zhi Wei Bing, the science of treating a disease before it ever physically manifests in the body. AI shifts the clinical balance. By offloading the heavy administrative burden, it allows doctors to focus on a patient's complete data profile: environment, diet, and lifestyle. The doctors of the future will be those who can operate simultaneously at the microscale of the cell and the macroscale of the environment. For 2,000 years, the vision of a preventive medicine tied to the environment was limited by the constraints of human observation. AI provides the processing power required to finally test that ancient logic at scale.